The housing statistics for February 2023 in the Waterloo Region just came out, so stay tuned to this video because I'm going to break down the average home sales prices, the days on market, and a lot of other variables about the housing market in February 2023 that I think you should know. For February 2023, the trend of slow housing sales has continued to be the trend. There were only 439 homes sold in February 2023, representing a 45% decrease from the same time last year, and is 31.5% less than the running 5-year average. If you watched my video on the January and the December housing stats, you'll notice that those 2 months had historically low house sales as well. This has been a trend for the late end of 2022, heading into 2023. Now, of those 439 home sales, 256 of those homes were detached homes, 100 of them were townhomes, 55 were condos, and 28 were semi-detached homes. Now, let's get into the sales prices. Now, with home sales being slow, that doesn't mean that home prices are tanking. For February 2023, the average sales price for a home was $758,698. That represents a 25.1% decrease from February 2022, which was the very peak of the housing market back in 2022 when the market was nuts, but is only a 0.6% decrease month over month from January, meaning that month over month, the prices are staying pretty stable. If you watch my December and my January housing market stat videos, you'll know that prices have kind of been floating in and around the same range in the mid 700,000s for the sales price for all property types. So 758,000 is for all property types, condos, detached homes, townhomes, everything all incorporated together. Now for detached homes, the numbers are looking pretty similar. The average sales price for a detached home in the Waterloo Region was $877,884. That's minus 26% year over year from February 2022 and is a 0.9% decrease month over month. So you'll notice from all property types to detached homes, the changes in percentage wise of how home prices have changed year over year and month over month is relatively similar, dropping in price a little bit more, but only by a small amount. Now for townhomes, the average sales price was $642,777. That represents a 25.6% decrease year over year and is a 2.7% increase month over month, meaning the average price for a townhouse has gone up on average 2.7%. Now this can be affected in the event that, let's say, the townhomes sold for February 2023 were more expensive than average in terms of like nicer townhomes. So this number can be kind of shifted around a little bit. That's why in this video, when you'll see some prices have dropped like, 0.9% and some are up a few percent, it can kind of fluctuate. But if you look over month over month over month, if you watch my videos, you'll realize that it kind of balances itself out. So if you look at a graph, I'll actually pop one up here of housing stats over the last few months, you'll see it's a pretty flat line. So sometimes they'll go up and down a little bit, but it trends relatively flat. Now with condos, things get a little bit interesting. The average sales price for condos in the Waterloo Region was $461,322. That's a 6.9% decrease month over month. But if you watched my video on the January housing stats, you'll realize that condo prices last month were up 6.1%. So if you average it out, like what I was saying in the last clip, it stays pretty flat on average. So this month it's down, but last month it was up a lot. And if you look at a graph, it'll flatten out. Now for semi-detached homes, the average sales price was $667,250. This represents a 25.8% decrease year over year and is an increase of 2.6% month over month. Now I want to continue something on from my last video. I talked about in the January housing stats how I was noticing, and as well the president of WAR, Megan Bell, was noticing that there's a lot more multiple offer situations. That has continued to be the case in the field from what I've been seeing in February. I've had a lot of situations where there was properties I had buyer clients interested in that got 3 offers, 4 offers, some even as high as 11 offers. They aren't selling for massive amounts over listing like what they were in February 2022, but I'm seeing 30,000 over list here, 70,000 over list here, 100,000 there. So generally under 100,000 over list price. So not as crazy what it used to be, but there definitely is a lot more bidding wars, multiple offers, and home selling over asking, as well as agents listing homes low with a set offer date. So a home might be worth $570,000, but they're listing it at $499 and holding offers a week later in hopes of getting a big bidding war. So we're seeing a lot more of that because a lot of homes are priced at market value. In a lot of cases, unless it's a very desirable property type, they're kind of sitting there as the average days on market is closer to 20 days on market. So a lot of stuff that's priced at what it's worth or above is kind of sitting. And so a lot of agents are pricing stuff low in hopes of stirring up interest, trying to get it to sell quick and for a good amount of money. Now, a driving factor for a lot of these multiple offer situations and a lot of the competitiveness for a lot of properties is because of low inventory. There's only 1.2 months of inventory, meaning that of all the inventory on the market at any given point, it would take 1.2 months if there's no new homes listed for sale for all that inventory to be sold off and there to be nothing for sale. So the amount of homes on the market at any given time is historically low. And as well, a lot of the more attractively priced properties and the cheaper detached homes sub 800,000, they sell really quick and oftentimes there isn't too much coming up. So a lot of people are looking for properties like that are more affordable, and especially detached and semi-detached homes, and those are selling really quick. The interesting thing though is the average days on market for February 2023 was 20 days on market, meaning the average home took 20 days to sell. This is really interesting because, as I was saying earlier, a lot of homes are selling within a week in multiple offers. And I think what a lot of this is a lot of attractively priced homes are selling quick, but there are a lot of homes that have been priced too high and they've had price drop after price drop after price drop, and that runs that average up. Especially since prices have started going down back in the spring, a lot of people were unrealistic with what their home is worth. They'd say, oh, my house is worth $1 million because at the peak of 2022 in February, their home was worth $1 million. But in September of 2022, their home might have only been worth $800,000. But they listed their home at $1 million and they did price drop after price drop after price drop, and it sat on the market for months. So that's what a lot of homes have kind of happened with, is they took a really long time to sell because they had all these price drops, which I think is running up that average. As well, as I said earlier in this video, a lot of the time some people are still listing their home at what it's worth or higher, and they're taking a little bit longer to sell. So it's kind of all averaging out to where the attractive, affordable homes that are listed low are selling really fast in a lot of cases. But a lot of the homes that are priced too high or are luxury properties, there's a lot of homes in the region that are $2, $3, $4 million, and the buyer pool for that's very small. So those homes take a long time to sell, and it kind of drives that number up. So if you had, let's say, a $700,000 detached home, if you listed it at $600,000 and held offers for a week, you'd sell it by the end of the week. But if you wanted to list a home at $800,000, it's worth $700,000, it might take you a month or a month and a half to sell. So it really depends on the pricing strategy and as well as the property type itself on how long it takes to sell. But the average right now is 20 days on market. Now, with home sales being historically slow, that doesn't mean it's a bad time to buy or sell. There still is opportunities out there. For example, if you're looking to buy, a lot of people I know that I'm working with, we're looking to buy in early 2022, and in some cases even 2021, and prices were really high back then. So now when prices are coming down and the prices have been low for the last little while and the market's stable, it's a lot more comfortable to be able to get into something and not have to worry about the prices crashing more or having to come up with massive down payments and having a massive mortgage amount. Because let's say, for example, take the average detached home. In February 2022, it was 1.2 million. Now it's in the mid 800,000s. So it's a significant decrease and you're owing a lot less in your mortgage. And if you're selling and there's a reason why you want to sell, whether it be downsizing or you're relocating or you want to get a bigger property or other situations in your life to where you might need to sell a property, the market has been stable. So you can sell a property and not have to worry that it's going to skyrocket or go down, because let's be honest, with these high interest rates, the home prices are going to stay pretty flat. We're not going to see them skyrocket unless they start dropping rates a lot, which doesn't seem like that's going to be the case. I don't have a crystal ball, I can't tell, but from what a lot of economists and experts are saying, the rates are going to either go up or stay flat. So most likely your home's not going to appreciate a lot in the next year or so. So if there is a reason why you want to sell, it might be good to list it for the spring market where there is a lot of demand still. Have it sold, sell it in a short amount of time, and be able to move on with your life, whatever that may be. So if you are looking to buy or sell, it is still a good time, even though the market's very slow and prices are lower. If your lifestyle works with it and it's something that you need to do, it's still a safe time to buy or sell property. And if anything, it's better than last year. All right, so that's all I have on the housing statistics in the Waterloo region for February 2023. Let me know in the comments what you think of this video and the information I've provided here and the market itself. Do you think it's crazy to think that the prices will go up? Do you think it will go down? Do you think it's a good thing of what's kind of going on? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear your thoughts about this. Another thing I want to quickly note is on the 8th of March, the Bank of Canada is going to be making their next rate announcement. So at the time of filming, I don't know what the rate announcement is going to be. I'll probably make a video on that once that comes out, but this video might come out like on the 8th or the day after that. I don't know how long it's going to take to edit, so keep that in mind when seeing this information. This doesn't take into account what the rate hike or if it will stay flat or what happens. But besides that, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you found it very informative. I have more videos like this on the way, so press subscribe. I'd love to see you in my next video. Besides that, have a great day.